And Mond, who's not superstitious, but kind of reminds me of another Justin Bieber hit, Confident.
The SEC has a lot of great quarterbacks. In my opinion, I'm the best one, and that's not just because I'm a confident person, but I actually believe that I got to go out and prove it on the field.
Well, that clip's from back in July, and now the Aggies are 2-2 and changing their tune a little bit. Aggies and Mons look for their first SEC win today and regaining a little bit of confidence. But Mark and Dusty, is it too late now to say sorry? I couldn't help myself. Justin Bieber reference, guys.
Oh, I see what you did there, Olivia. I see what you did. For me, it's another Bieber special, a no-brainer. That urgency is the buzzword for both Starkel and Mond today for respective different reasons. We're underway. Arkansas winning the toss. They elect to receive. It'll be first down and 10 when they get the ball. And hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, chopping it up with Dusty Dvorak. You heard from Olivia just a moment ago. Dusty, 2 years ago, 2017, Starkel beat out Mond. Last year, Mond beat out Starkel. That brings us to today as competitors. Interesting story.
Teammates, and now they take the field against one another. For Kellen Mond, he's going to have to get off to a faster start. Had a good fourth quarter against Auburn. He'd like to get it going sooner. Nick Starkel, he's going to try to alleviate and eliminate the ghosts from last week's 5 interceptions. Needs to just take what the defense gives him here today.
Saw that little pregame moment, the two of them dapping each other up, but it's all business right now. The friendship on hold. Woods with the reception for the Razorbacks, and out of the gate quickly and efficiently, first down and 10. Starkel completing 60% of his passes on the season, 6 interceptions against 14 touchdown passes. 5 of those picks coming last week in that loss at home against San Jose State. 12-yard gain on that play. Well, Starkel was referred to a moment ago by Olivia and Gabrielle Union, good buddies, and might have a little bit of a side bet. Who knows going on with this game today?
No. Come on, guys, professional.
Gabby Union making some pretty good picks there on game day today. Got a penalty. Let's see what that call is about here. Actually, it's a clock issue. No flag on the play. Look at the respective coaches. Fisher on the right, Morris on the left. Morris talked about the power of one coming into the game this week. One play, one player, one moment can turn an entire season around. They get the pass complete to O'Grady, who pulls his way for a gain of 9 yards.
Love the play design here. They fake it to each flat, and they come back to maybe their biggest playmaker on offense, Cheyenne O'Grady, tight end screen in the middle of the field. Want to get him the football early and often. He's outstanding with the ball in his hands after the catch.
Dusty, important to note that Trey Knox, number 7, their most potent wide receiver, not in the ball game here in this opening series. They gash that front for the first down. That's Rakeem Boyd, another Texas A&M transfer. He picks up 14 for the first down.
Big hole off the left side. Left side of the offensive line does an excellent job cutting down the backside. Big hole opens up, and Rakeem Boyd gets those shoulders square and gets a nice pickup.
Boyd, the leading rusher on the team, with 394 yards coming into the game this afternoon. Devois Whaley comes in for him. Little jet sweep action. That's to Hammonds, and Hammonds goes east-west, couldn't get north-south. No gain on the play. Brought down by Michael Clemens.
It's quality pursuit to the outside. Anthony Hines, the linebacker, forced the action back in, and then Michael Clemens, the defensive end. Very good pursuit to the football for a minimal gain.
Second down and 9. That defensive front for the Aggies, the strength of the D so far this season. Whaley still in the ball game, takes the handoff from Starkel. Keeps those legs moving and picks up about 3. It'll be third down and about 6 to go on the gain of 4. Folks, keep in mind, regardless of the point spread, and A&M comes in considerable favorites, 6 of the last 7 meetings have been decided by 7 or less. 3 of the last 5 went to overtime.
Traylon Burks out of the slot, true freshman wide receiver. Watch him.
Starkle with time, has a man, and incomplete at the 9-yard line, knocked out of bounds. It was intended for Burks, who you were just referring to, Dusty, but Charles Oliver made a nice play on the football.
Absolutely, really nice job on the outside. 21, the defensive back, is able to get his hand in there and create just enough disruption. Charles Oliver with an excellent play, gets his right hand up. Burks unable to bring the ball in. That's quality coverage outside. Good throw by Nick Starkle, but better coverage out on the perimeter.
Connor Limpert on 4th down is going to attempt the field goal from 52 yards out. He made a 48-yarder last week against San Jose State. And there was a whistle that went off before the kick.
Before the snap, timeout Arkansas, their first of the first half.
Razorbacks call a timeout on their opening drive here. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. And back for the kick now, an attempted field goal from 51 yards out. Connor Limpert, he's 3 for 4 from 50+ in his career. And he's going to hook this one the other way. So after a pretty impressive opening drive, Arkansas and Chad Morris come away empty on the board. Here at the AT&T Center in Arlington, Texas, there have been so many memorable events that have been played here. The 2014 NCAA Men's Final Four Championship, 2015 College Football Playoff National Championship game, 2016 WWE WrestleMania 32, and the 2018 NFL Draft. Dusty, I could see you as a heel, a bad guy in wrestling. WWE right here, center stage.
Maybe back when I played and had the long hair.
Isaiah Spiller in the backfield, 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Mond fires a dart complete to his roommate, Jamon Osmond. Those two guys have traveled the football path and adventure together, going back to their days in high school in San Antonio. Twelve-yard gain on the play, 1st down and 10. Mond is going to take off this time, using his legs and tiptoes out of bounds for a 1st down, as we go back to Matt Berry in the studio. Matt?
Gentlemen, good afternoon. Michigan's offense had turned the ball over on their first possession the first 3 games of the season. What did they do today against Rutgers? Well, Shea Patterson finds Nico Collins. He does the rest. 48-yard touchdown. Michigan early, 7-0 in the first.
Well, it's been a tumultuous couple of weeks at Michigan. Mond underheat and sacked back at the 48-yard line. McTelvin Agim. They just call him Sosa.
He's the best defensive lineman, maybe the best defensive player that they have on this defense. Watch him just get up the field. He's going to beat the guard. 55, Kenyon Green, inside swim. Center Colton Prater tries to get over and help, but the quickness of Agim too much as he gets a big sack.
That's a 300-pound man moving that nimble, Dustin.
Quick first step, excellent swim move to get the penetration and the sack.
2nd and 16 as a result. On out of the backfield, complete in the flat. That's Isaiah Spiller, and Spiller will be pushed out of bounds at about the 44. Picked up 4 on the play.
I like Isaiah Spiller. Watching him on the tape, he's already had 2 100-yard games so far this season against Texas State and against Lamar, the true freshman. He's really had to come on since they lost Jay Sean Corbin against Clemson, kind of becoming their feature back. Empty set.
5 wideouts, 5 receivers. Mond taking a shot on the post, got a man, and overshot Rodgers. Rodgers gave it all he could, laid out for it, and incomplete.
But Kellen Mond just overshot his intended target. Kendrick Rodgers, middle of the field. He tries to hit him on the skinny post. Just a bit too tall for the 6'4" wide receiver. That's one Kellen Mond wishes he could have back wide open as he split the cover 2 defense. Mond made the right read, just slightly overshot his target.
You know, Mond is as hard on himself as anybody else, harder on himself than anybody else possibly could be, including his head coach. Fair catch called by Burks. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line after the 30-yard punt. Time out on the field, just underway here in Arlington. When we come back, real or not? You gotta love that, huh? Reveille and Tusk, mascots. You like the humans or do you like the animals? We'll talk about it after this play. Humans on the field, and on the sweep, it's Boyd. Another nice gain of about 7 or 8 yards on 1st down. And
I like the real thing, man. I like the real thing, absolutely. Give me the real live mascot.
Look what Tusk brought for Reveille right here.
Wow.
A little gift bag, a brush, some treats up in there. I think those are the salmon flavored ones too.
You taste those at your house?
No, I buy those.
Okay.
I buy those for my dog, my Doberman.
That's good sportsmanship right there from Tusk to Revelry.
I love animal mascots. Ralphie amongst my favorite. At the 21-yard line, Matabike bringing down Rakeem Boyd. Sets up a 3rd down and short, a loss of 1 on the play. That's the strength of that Aggie defense, that front.
Absolutely. They've got 3 quality defensive tackles. You see Justin Matabike has had an outstanding start to the season. Also, Bobby Brown, Jaden Peavy really do a nice job controlling the line of scrimmage and squeezing the pocket on opposing quarterbacks. Matabike been one of the more impressive defensive tackles so far in the SEC.
Starkel on 3rd down and 3 against his former Aggie teammates. Completes the pass to his tight end O'Grady, who tiptoes up the sideline for the Arkansas 1st down. They move the chains on the 5-yard gain. Tonight, we'll have number 5 Ohio State and Nebraska from Lincoln, where the College Game Day crew was and still will be. The Buckeyes won the last 4 against the Cornhuskers, outscoring them 217 to 86. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ABC, as well as the app. The toss into the boundary. This is Boyd again as we check in with the studio.
Okay, guys, quick work for the Oklahoma offense. Here, Trace Sermon after a big play from Jalen Hurts. He takes the pitch outside. 4-yard run. OU coming out the bye week. Early up 7-0 against Texas Tech. And then Jonathan Taylor, 4th and 2, 13 yards. Great cutback. Interesting uniform choice. Those over on ABC.
They need a little bit more drip. I'm not crazy about that color coordination. Starkel on the play fake. Completes the pass. Whaley makes the catch, but short of the 1st down. Anthony Hines making the tackle on the play. Olivia, what do we think about Trey Knox so far?
Well, Mark, Coach Morris told me he was questionable before the game. I've been watching him on the sideline. He's in his pads. He could go in, but not being in these first 2 drives, I think, is pretty indicative. He's dealing with a hip issue, but good thing that the Razorbacks got Treylon Burks in, the true freshman. They told us this week he could be the best hog ever. He was also questionable today.
Burks, they've already targeted him a couple of times in this game. 3rd and 3. Starkel gets rid of it quickly, incomplete, and no flag on the play. The pass was intended for Mike Woods, and Damani Richardson, the impressive true freshman, Dusty, made a nice play on the ball.
Well, Mike Woods wasn't ready for the football. I mean, it surprised him when the ball was delivered. A laser fired by Nick Starkel, and he just wasn't ready. He's got to be ready for that pass. And I'm sure there'll be a conversation over on the sidelines. Timing is everything. Timing off between quarterback and wide receiver.
Sam Lloyd punting. Smith back at his own 20-yard line for the Aggies. High spiral will bounce at the 33, out of bounds at about the 35. Good starting field position on the second drive for Texas A&M when we come back to Arlington.
They're all business today, Jonesy.
Yeah, I'd love to see the A&M guys in their customary uniforms dressed out. They've got the ball first down and 10. I know you always stepped off the bus looking pretty clean, right? Pass out of the backfield. That's Courtney Davis. Flag down to the play. Sweats or suit if you had your choice?
Well, I did not have a suit when I was in college, but I would wear some slacks and whatever I had, maybe a polo.
Okay.
Maybe a button up. Didn't get a suit in the repertoire till made it to the NFL.
A little late in the game,
yeah,
huh?
a little late.
Offside, defense number 3, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's going to go against Arkansas. This defense gave up a lot of points early last week against San Jose State, a very potent Spartan team that went into Arkansas and won that game 31-24.
Giving up big plays has been an issue. Even against Colorado State, they gave up chunk runs, chunk passes. And last week against San Jose State, big plays in the throw game early against this Arkansas defense, an area that Coach John Chavis wants to remedy here today.
On 1st and 5, here's the jet sweep to Davis. And Davis going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 2 as we check back with the studio.
Guys, easy work early on for Michigan at home against Rutgers. Shea Patterson keeps it in. His first rushing touchdown in his last 8 games. Right now, 14-0, end of the first.
Well, the Wolverines are looking to get back on track.
One thing Texas A&M I'd like to see them do, establish a line of scrimmage. They've got a quality offensive line. They haven't run it effectively against Clemson or Auburn. I'd like to see them establish a line of scrimmage and try to run the football.
Another flag on the play. This pass complete to Osborne. Osborne with his second reception. Will it stand, though? Let's see what this flag is about. They're going to pick it up. Pickup of 17 on the play. Looks like they picked the flag up, or maybe not.
Offside, defense number 3, that penalty is declined, first down.
Aggies the second time on this possession. He's got to slow it down just a touch. Texas A&M going with a little tempo here, trying to catch Arkansas on their heels.
It's an offense that has struggled early in 2 of their 4 ball games. Little double reverse here. Courtney Davis has the edge, cuts it back in. Got a good block from Kellen Mond, the quarterback, and all the way down to the 20. A gain of 18 for the Aggies.
Well, Courtney Davis may be the most explosive player at the football. I love the fact that the quarterback's going to get out in front and get a key block. Boom. On the corner and set up a nice run for Courtney Davis.
From the 21. Osborne split to the bottom of your screen. They elect to run it. And down to the 20-yard line, that's Isaiah Spiller, who had 34 carries for 255 yards coming into the game today. Brought down by Colin Clay on the play. Spiller actually has some lineage with this Texas A&M football program. He's the son of former tight end Fred Spiller. Played in the program several years ago. Has a season high of 116 yards a few weeks ago against Lamar. Second and 10. Looking Osborne's way. Comes back to make the catch right near the first down marker. And a first down at the 10-yard line. Osborne was working against Brown. Picked up 11.
This is timing. This is chemistry. Gonna roll. Mond's gonna roll to his left. Ball comes out before Osmond even gets out of his break. They've worked on this in the summer. How about going up and getting it? Full extension and the toe tap on the sidelines. Outstanding concentration by Jamon Osmond.
Impressive. First and 10, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They run it between the tackles. That Spiller again. It was back to Osmond. It was in this game last year against Arkansas that Jamon Osmond injured his leg and missed 4 or 5 games and then finished the season strongly after that. But he's slimmed down this year and gotten himself about 10 pounds lighter and feels much more explosive and, in his own words, twitchier than he did a season ago. Second and 8. Empty formation. Vaughn gets rid of it quick. Touchdown Aggies. Smith with the grab.
Kellen Mond knew exactly what he wanted to do. Found the slot on the slant. Quick game, balls out fast. Kellen Mond on time and on target. A quick start here this afternoon.
That's his 8th touchdown pass of the season, the 40th of his career. As Vaughn goes up, a touchdown to nothing against his former teammate Nick Starkel. Starkel's chance when we come back. 3, Texas A&M up 7-0. Courtesy of that touchdown a moment ago. Catch by Anais Smith, the true freshman. Arkansas hasn't won an SEC game under Chad Morris in this their second year. Went 2-10 a season ago. So many great views here in this building. With that huge scoreboard up top. This is the Taj Mahal of football stadium.
As good as it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry knew exactly what he was doing when he built this beautiful stadium. As we showed, it's played host to so many great events, and I'll tell you, even from a broadcaster's point of view, it doesn't get much better than this booth.
Pretty comfortable up here. Rakeem Boyd in the backfield on first down and 10. Jerry Jones, the owner and the visionary of this building. Pass complete out of the backfield, actually the tight end O'Grady, who has been a favorite target of Starkel, pushed out of bounds by Carper. Carper got the start at safety today, a 9-yard pickup.
Well, Cheyenne O'Grady might be one of the biggest playmakers on this team. How about a couple of weeks ago against Colorado State? I talked to you earlier about how tough he is to get down after the catch. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. That really happened, ladies and gentlemen. And Cheyenne O'Grady takes it the distance. I was talking to a pro scout on the field before the game. Said O'Grady, the best pro prospect on this Arkansas roster.
Wow. High praise, 6'4", 260 pounds. That was Boyd on the carry. Picks up the first down. Had 10 catches on the season, already making a few here this afternoon. What do you make of Nick Starkel so far? I know it's early. Does it look like he's over last week yet?
I think so. He's off to a good start. Like to see him be able to run the football a little bit more effectively. That opening drive, hit a couple of throws. They're getting the ball out quick, trying to neutralize the front of this Texas A&M defense. He's yet to make a big play down the field. Everything's been kind of dink and dunk.
Well, he's got a little bit of chemistry with Burks, who's gone to here already. The carry by Rakeem Boyd. And Boyd stopped up by Matabike immediately. Boyd, another former Texas A&M Aggie, played there for a season, then transferred to Independence Community College in Kansas. And now Arkansas's leading rusher. Under 1.5 to go in the first quarter. Little blitz coming. Incomplete. Woods didn't look back for the ball. O'Grady was in the neighborhood as well. It looked like Starkel put the ball in between both of them.
Yeah, miscommunication a second time now. It's the second time we've seen Mike Woods and Nick Starkel on 2 different pages. Something that you'd think that they would have talked through and worked out over on the sidelines.
Woods had a big week last week. 4 catches for 115 yards. 3rd and long. Blitz coming. Starkel got away from a tackler and made the pass right near the first down. Let's look at the spot. They'll give it to Morris. Morris picks up the first down. Picked up 10.
Well, Mike Elko brings pressure off the edge. We're going to see it come from over here, and it's an outstanding job by Nick Starkel stepping up, moving to his right, and finding the open target out in the flats.
They pitch it into the boundary. Boyd on the loose and down to the 30. A couple of explosive plays by Arkansas. That one going for 24.
Pocket presence is outstanding by Nick Starkel. He was dead in the water. Blitzer came too high. And the ability to step up, locate his target, and fire a strike to pick up a much-needed first down on 3rd down, extending this drive was huge.
Whaley in the backfield now. He gets the handoff and dragged down from behind. He's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Josh Rogers got there in a blink. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter.
A lot of penetration up front so far by this A&M inside guys. They've had most of their success running off tackle on the perimeter. Tough to maintain the big defensive tackles that Texas A&M has.
And that's going to be the end of the first 15 minutes of play. And this is the 75th chapter of Texas A&M and Arkansas. Their mascots made the trip. Reveille from Ohio. Whoa. Come on, man. A Texas dog from Ohio? And a Russian boar. Okay. A lot of bacon. Back after this. The second quarter of play. Mark Jones, Dusty Dvorak, Olivia Decker down in the field. And Arkansas' starting quarterback, minus the Justin Bieber t-shirt this week, handing it off to his starting tailback, Rakeem Boyd, both a couple of Texas A&M transfers. Trying to get on the scoreboard still. Nick Starkel came into the game with 7 touchdown passes against 6 interceptions, and much more focused on the task at hand than in previous weeks, as reported by Olivia Decker at the top of the show.
3rd and 8, big down for Arkansas. Let's see if Mike Elko brings some pressure, showing pressure before the snap.
Jackson was in motion. Starkel has a little time. It looked like his intended receiver, Jackson, fell, bumped into the referee. And Buddy Johnson was there with a little bit of heat.
I think the umpire was the best defender for Texas A&M. Unfortunate for Coylan Jackson. Contact with the umpire in the middle of the field. Nice job picking up the pressure by the Arkansas front, but that's just unfortunate. I'd like to see that umpire try to get out of the way.
Limpert going to attempt a second field goal. Missed earlier from 51. This one from 46, and he drills it home with authority as we check in with the studio. It's 7-3 now.
All right, Iowa, Middle Tennessee State, guys. Iowa getting ready for Michigan. Nate Stanley rolls out. Brandon Smith, nothing to it. Good drop. 18 yards right now. Hawkeyes up 17-0 over on ESPN2.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Nate Stanley has been at Iowa for like 9 years?
I think so.
Right? Pretty good quarterback, though. We've
had a
seen
nice
him.
career.
Yeah.
Saw him twice last year.
Had those great tight ends, Noah Fant and Hawkinson.
Had some massive mitts on him. I remember when he did his game, shook his hand.
So Arkansas comes up with a field goal, Dusty, out of that last drive. Better than coming up empty, I guess.
It is. Unfortunately, the umpire's in the way, runs into your wide receiver. There's pretty good coverage down the field by Buddy Johnson, but still, you'd at least like to see him have the opportunity. But 100%, it's the second quality drive they've had. The first was a missed field goal. At least now they come away with some points to get a little bit of momentum. Smith back deep for Texas A&M.
On with Caboti. This one will go off the back of the end zone. Folks, kick off your week 4 with Sunday NFL Countdown. Randy Moss ranks the best catches from today's college football action in You Got Moss. Plus, with some help from Napoleon Dynamite's Uncle Rico, the story of how Minshew Mania has followed the rookie quarterback from Washington State to Jacksonville. What a great story that is. Sunday NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. With all that's gone on in Jacksonville over the last couple of weeks, they could use a little bit of good news.
Bet you I could throw this ball over the mountains, Jonesy. Uncle Rico reference.
Okay. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, did you see his cutoff jeans Saturday night? He was
Not
at the UCLA Washington State game.
Not pretty.
Come on, man, that's his style.
Who wears those?
Don't be hating, Jones.
Who wears those anymore? Minshew. Mond fires a laser complete to Smith, still on his feet. And Smith into Razorback territory at the 44-yard line. Doing a little bit of work after the catch to pick up 30 yards on the play.
I like that route run by Ainias Smith, the true freshman. They like him a lot. And he shook the coverage of Monteric Brown. Well done by the true freshman.
Mons hands it off to his tailback. That's Spiller. Spiller, a true freshman, brought down by another true freshman, Soley.
This last play by Ainias. Kellen Mond staying in there, having the pressure, comeback route, beats the coverage. Ooh, puts his left foot in the ground, make you miss. One of the coaches I talked to from Texas A&M said he is a stud, and they've got to find a way to get him on the field more and get him touches. Clearly a point of emphasis here in this first half.
Yeah, Smith's got some sauce. Saw it right there. 2nd and 5. Davis in motion. Watching. Toss to Davis. Nowhere to go. Good defense by Arkansas. Speaking of this Arkansas defense, Dusty, we've called Soley's name. We've mentioned Clay. A bunch of guys. Bush in the defensive backfield. This is the 2nd youngest defense, starting-wise, in the country.
A lot of young players in this football team, both sides of the ball. Chad Morris is trying to, change the culture. They've brought in a bunch of young, new faces, and John Chavis told us that's been one of the problems, right? A lot of young players making a lot of mistakes. Been sound so for the most part here today.
53 of them in this class. 3rd and 4 for Texas A&M. Incomplete. And a flag, a late one thrown, as Courtney Davis was defended by Bumper Poole. That's right, his name is Bumper Poole. A little too bumpy defending that time.
That came from the very far backside, Judge.
Way back.
Threw it from way back. Bumper Poole was working on number 1, Courtney Davis, over the middle of the field. I think he might have hooked him as he brought the right arm over the body. Yeah. The Arkansas defense isn't happy, but looked to me like the right call.
Defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
See Bumper Poole. That's a tough cover. Linebacker, he's in zone coverage. See how he hooks him there at the right as he tries to come over the top with the left. It's a pretty easy call.
Yeah.
A deep official.
He held him like a grudge that time. They run it to Spiller, nowhere to go between the tackles. T.J. Smith, the first guy to get there for Arkansas. No gain on the play. We'll look at Bumper Poole out of Lucas, Texas, 6'2" sophomore.
Your new favorite name in college football, Jonesy.
What's that?
I said that's your new favorite name in college
Bumper
football.
Poole. Oh, can't wait to say it again. It's an all-name first team. Mond. Complete. Down to the 16-yard line. Courtney Davis at the other end of it. Working against Cameron Curl. 15-yard pickup at a first down.
Protection was there. I love this route. Working out of the slot. Just going to shut it down and sit down. That ball is delivered right as he's getting out of his break on the curl route. Timing's been really precise for Kellen Mond and his wideouts here today.
Kellen Mond was offered by Texas A&M as a sophomore in high school in San Antonio. Initially committed to Baylor and then decommitted. And wisely out of the pocket, throws it out of bounds. Good pressure by Bumper Poole, who was in his
There's
grill
no foul
again.
for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the tackle box. Second down.
He was outside the tackle box. He had connected on his last 6 in a row until Poole, Bumper Poole, forced that miss.
You'll be saying that in your sleep tonight, man.
I'm gonna get the jersey. See what they do here on 2nd down and 10. On sets, now takes off and sacked. Back at the 20-yard line by Soley. Soley playing with that big club on his hand, but good enough to wrap up Mond for a loss of 4, Dusty.
Well, it's a design quarterback run. It's going to be a draw. They set back, and you'll see the offensive line starts to block up the field, getting to the 2nd level. It's an outstanding job by Matteo Soley, the true freshman, playing with a club on his hand. Wow. He's got a broken hand, yet he's still been extremely productive. Coaches praised how he's played in his relentless effort to the football, as we saw on display on 2nd down.
3rd and 14 as a result. On with a lot of time. This time comes underneath. Complete to Smith. 1st down and then some, out of bounds. 1st and goal, Texas A&M. Great run after the catch. Outrunning Harris to pick up 16.
Well, it's a shallow crossing route, and it takes protection to get this route to come all the way across. As we're going to see this unfold, the pocket is beautiful for Kellen Mond. Allows Smith to come all the way across, run away from the coverage of the linebacker Dejon Harris, and then he's speed in the open field to get past the sticks.
9th play of the drive coming up. On looking into the end zone, incomplete for Osborne. He was working against Brown, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and goal.
Good coverage outside. I bust to Brown as he goes, a little one-on-one. I like this route. Ooh, that could have easily been a grab. Got away with the grab there. Another crisp route run by Jamon Osborne. Talking with the coaches, his work ethic is second to none, and has really become, him and Kellen Mond, not only best friends, but the leaders of this offensive football team.
Great chemistry. 2nd and goal now. Mond 9 of 12. Hands it off. Spiller hand walking. Touchdown! Let's see if this stands, because he lunged at the last moment. We'll have to see if his knee touched.
Going to be close. I love the extra effort by Isaiah Spiller. A little jump cut. Jump cut makes the initial defender miss. As you can see, he's hit at the 3.
Wow, what an effort.
Ooh.
I'm going to give it to him, Dusty.
I think he crossed the plane. That arm hits, and it's a question of, was the nose of the football over the front of the plane? I think it's going to be so close, you're not going to be able to overturn it. Outstanding extra effort by the true freshman, Isaiah Spiller, to get into the end zone.
And just like Jimbo Fisher is wont to do, that he's in his quarterback's grill with some explanations. And his team is leading 14-3, folks.
Well, as we hear all the time, it's a game of inches and extra effort. The true freshman Isaiah Spiller makes a man miss, lunges, and gets the Aggies on the board.
Brilliant day here in Arlington, Texas, at AT&T Stadium. Mark Jones, Dusty Dvorak, Olivia Decker down to the field. 14-3 Aggies looking for their 3rd win of the season, coming off a loss last week against Auburn at home. As we check in with Matt Berry in the studio. What's good, Matt?
Guys, I have your all-state mayhem moment. TCU, Kansas, Jalen Reagor, watch this. Drops, muffs the punt. You think he's going to be in trouble? He's not. Makes 2 cuts and is gone. 73-yard punt return, the 5th punt return over the last 3 seasons for TCU. That is tied for most in FBS.
All right, Matt, back here. 1st and 10 from the 25 for quarterback Nick Starkel. 6'3" junior out of Argyle, Texas. Completes it to his back, Rakeem Boyd. Boyd collared, but picks up 8 on the play.
Like that blocking on the perimeter by the true freshman Traylon Burks. We've talked about him quite a bit. 6'3", 226. Just a little swing screen outside. Good blocking right there by the true freshman. Also the tight end 14 Chase Harrell blocking on the perimeter helps make that play successful.
Second and 3, Woods in motion. Starkel comes back on the tunnel screen and nowhere to go for his receiver. That's going to be a gain of 1 on the play. Burks.
Guys, down here on the Arkansas sideline, the defense got a chewing out when they came back after letting that second touchdown happen. But Coach Morris goes around to every position group and says, it's okay, long game, long game. You know, he told us this week, coming from Dabo Swinney and Clemson, he says, I believe in empowering the players, not enticing them. So even down 14-3 in the second quarter, he shows that exactly.
There's a look at Coach Chavis, offensive coordinator. Here's the jet sweep. Hammonds on the move and picks up the first down, pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Hammonds had a good head of steam and made the most of it. Picks up 7 for the first down.
Yeah, one of Dabo's big things, empowering players, not entitling them. He also said each day win that one day. We talked to him specifically about Dabo Swinney's influence on him. Said he had a great vision and tried to take a lot of what he learned at Clemson, used it at SMU, and he's trying to implement it here at Arkansas as well.
Like Dabo did, he changed the culture from the inside. Starkel over the middle to his tight end O'Grady. O'Grady deep into A&M territory at the 32. Finally brought down by Carper, and he picks up 27.
Well, Cheyenne O'Grady's had a heck of a first half. Watch him just work to the middle of the field. Linebackers are going to be up. Safety gets caught up looking in the backfield. Middle of field's wide open. Nick Starkel identifies it. Easy pitch and catch to his favorite target of the afternoon.
Well, you can understand why the NFL scouts love his talent. They set up the screen well. Whaley. And another first down at the 17-yard line for the Razorbacks. Richardson finally with the tackle, but a gain of 16.
Love the big hogs, if you will, getting out in front. Well executed. It's a double screen, one to each side. Watch the big guys get out in front. 51 gets on a second-level player. The center, 66, Ty Clary.
Starkel taking a shot into the end zone, and a late flag coming. That's going to be interference against Charles Oliver. Traylon Burks was the intended receiver. Got a little too handsy down there.
It's a good matchup. Remember the first possession was excellent coverage by Oliver, knocking a ball loose on a big third down. Try to throw the slot fade to Traylon Burks. Charles Oliver.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
Working out of the slot. One-on-one coverage, just manned up. I mean, you could have gone either way. It was illegal contact before the pass was thrown and clearly interference as it was in the air.
Arkansas with an opportunity here. Rakeem Boyd in the backfield. Boyd takes the handoff, nowhere to go between the tackles. Buddy Johnson, the team's leading tackler, making the stop along with Carper. Gain of 1. It'll be second down and goal. Buddy Johnson talked this week about being consistent and playing clean, lining up, having gap integrity. A little bit of a homecoming for Buddy Johnson. He is from the Dallas area.
He's been a staple at the second level of this Aggie defense so far this season. And, you know, talking with Mike Elko, he's really stepped up and emerged as a leader, both vocally and on the field of this defense. Woods in motion. Looked like there was a busted play. Starkel again
had to take off with it, and it's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 6-yard line. Aaron Hansford making the stop, and it's 3rd and goal.
Aaron Hansford, we got a flag down.
Well, there was definitely some miscommunication there.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 for Texas A&M, his first of the game. To be half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down.
Wow, that's huge. Tyree Johnson, number 3, the perpetrator. That gives him a brand new set of downs inside the 5.
That's not going to make Jimbo Fisher or Mike Elko happy whatsoever. Texas A&M really stepped up on 1st and 2nd down. It's going to set up a 3rd and difficult situation. And as you mentioned, Jonesy, that's a gift. Yeah. Giving them a free set of downs.
Boyd. Boy, they are rolling up their sleeves, Dusty, and playing some football between the tackles. Michael Clemens, the first Aggie to get there, making the tackle.
Strength of this defense up front, a defensive line. Michael Clemens going to get penetration off the side. He actually is unblocked, squeezes down well on the inside zone, makes a play right at the line of scrimmage. I just have to ask, where's that tight end Cheyenne O'Grady in the red zone?
Starkle, they tried to hit the corner coming inside, picked off, intercepted by Matabike. An errand, ill-advised, cataclysmic throw by Starkle. His 6th interception in the last 2 games.
Well, this is all panic from Nick Starkle. He's got to be smarter with the football. Even a sack in this situation is better than the end result. Nick Starkle gets pressure, comes in his face right now. Looks like they wanted to shovel it, and instead, he just throws it up, bounces off a defender, and the big defensive tackle, Justin Matabike, with a big play and turnover for the Aggies.
Well, an interception a moment ago, killing that Arkansas drive, and there we see one of the great traditions here in college football, Texas A&M. Dusty, I missed you last night at midnight yell practice.
Don't be yelling to these good people.
Fumble on the field. Arkansas scoop, score. They got it right back. Room service. Harris. A bad exchange with Mond and Spiller. And Dejon Harris there to scoop it up and score the touchdown. Wow, just when it looked like all the wind had come out of their collective sails, they get a free one on the fumble.
What do they say? Timing is everything. Yep. Boy, was timing perfect for Arkansas to get a scoop and score touchdown. It's a problem with the handoff. Mond thought he gave it to Spiller. Spiller didn't think he was giving it. Ball's on the ground. Hogs in the end zone. We got a ball game at Jerry World. Hurricane Harbor Water Park and Six Flags over Texas. Close to my old stomping grounds, Jonesy.
You're from Lake Dallas, right?
That's right. I've frequented all these spots, man.
I hear you're huge at the water parks, man. They got one here, right?
You just Hurricane Harbor, right? Yeah. Absolutely. What about Matt Berry?
I think he's a big water park guy. Matt?
Yeah, also huge at water parks. Jalen Hurts, huge day for the Sooners, taking on Texas Tech. Finds CeeDee Lamb. At the time of this play, Hurts was 6 of 7, 239 yards, and another touchdown pass. 258 total yards for Hurts early on. All Sooners 24-10. And what about Shea Patterson? First time ever, 2 career rushing touchdowns. Gets one here. Right now, 21-0 late second, Michigan over Rutgers.
All right, Matt, first down and 10 for the Aggies. Kellen Mond, 16-9 as a starter coming into this afternoon. Back to pass, fumbled it. He put it on the ground. This time able to scamper and get it back. T.J. Smith with the hit on the play.
Well, T.J. Smith made a couple of nice plays today.
And Mond is limping.
The defensive tackle spot. Let's watch him work inside. We're going to see him come right over here. Sorry, he was coming more off the edge. Beats the tackle, 75. Luke Matthews, who's in the game. Backup who's having to play.
Boy, and Nick Starkel is being carted off the field.
He's a true freshman to be coming in for Arkansas, Zach Calzada.
That's all good.
Oh, Ben Hicks. Sorry,
Ben Hicks started the game. Started the season, the first 2 games. They handed off this time. Spiller able to get the handoff, unlike the last time. And that's the picture of concern for the Arkansas side right now. Starkel, the starting quarterback for the last couple of games. Looks like he's holding his arm. Let's take one more look at the previous play after this one. Maybe see where he was shaken up. It might have happened on the interception.
It did. He tried to make the tackle and he got run through.
3rd and 20 for Mond, hands it off. That's Caboti, nowhere to go for him. And it's 4th and long. Let's take a look at Nick Starkel and how he was shaken up after the interception. Boy, he put his hat down and got trucked by Matabike. And he comes up holding that left arm.
Ben Hicks actually won the starting job to start the season. Started against Portland State and played the first half against Ole Miss. And then they gave Nick Starkel an opportunity. He kind of took off and ran with it. Ben Hicks familiar with the system of Chad Morris. He was with him at SMU before transferring here to Arkansas.
Also a transfer. This is Burks on the return. Back to the 26. Trying to get to the edge. Got a nice block. Sprung him loose. Burks into A&M territory at the 40-yard line. And the Hogs have come alive. Braden Mann, the punter, made the tackle on the play. A 55-yard punt, but 33 coming back the other way. Ben Hicks is your new starting quarterback for the Razorbacks. His ball 1st and 10 when we return.
Doesn't he?
That's right, Matt. Olivia?
Bad news for the Razorbacks. Arkansas quarterback Nick Starkel is in the locker room. I just received word he is getting an x-ray, Mark.
Yeah, we saw him favoring that arm on the interception return, trying to make the tackle. Right now, Hicks hands it off to TQ Jackson. And he makes it down to the 39-yard line. And you look at the score, 14-10. Hicks now the trigger-man quarterback. Dusty, what does it mean for Arkansas, new quarterback with a little bit of momentum?
Well, at least they have a guy who's taking reps, right? I mean, this guy won the starting job to begin with the season, so I don't think a lot changes for Chad Morris and how he's going to call this football game. We've seen a lot of perimeter throws, quick ball coming out fast and utilizing that talented tight end.
Hicks is going to throw it here. Incomplete. Tried to hit his tight end you were just mentioning. O'Grady would have been a tough catch, had to contort his body, and there's a flag thrown in the vicinity of quarterback Ben Hicks.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, defense number 52. Using his body to punish the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Justin Matabike. And I know that that's a big point of emphasis. He drives him into the ground. Don't ask me how I truly feel about those calls. But I know that it's a point of emphasis. I was a defensive tackle. How do you think I feel about it? But rules are rules, and they continue to throw these flags. So as a defender, you may not like it. You've got to be able to adjust and try as best you can to roll off that quarterback and not continue to drive him into the ground.
Another flag down, the handoff to Rakeem Boyd. So now they want defenders to not be too rough on the tackles.
Now you can't.
Illegal formation offense. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now you can't.
You can't fall on the guy with all your weight.
You have to levitate off the quarterback as you're going down on him.
Like David Blaine, right?
They want
Feet
you.
up.
They want you to hit, and if you can, they want you to, take your weight off of him and roll off to the side. Again,
Just moonwalk off the dude, right?
Protecting quarterbacks. Again, I mean, It's not changing, though. I mean, again, unfortunately, as a defender, you've got to adjust. And that's yet another mistake committed by this A&M football team here in the second quarter.
1st and 15. Awkward looking end over end snap right between the tacklers. Boyd still keeping those feet moving, powering his way, indomitable to a first down. Boy, a spirited Rakeem Boyd was spinning 16 yards.
Vision and burst through the hole for Rakeem Boyd. As that block goes, watch him see the hole open up and burst through it for a big first down.
Back shoulder fade, touchdown, Woods. And the Hogs take the lead. If that face doesn't say it all right now for the Aggies. Under 2 minutes to go, and the Razorbacks down a starting quarterback, Nick Starkel. Hicks comes in, and on his first series, he takes Chad Morris's offense into the end zone.
That's the start Ben Hicks envisioned. Watch the placement of this football. Back shoulder where only his receiver, Mike Woods, can make a play on the football. Elijah Blades has no chance. I mean, that's a fantastic throw. Little push off, but perfect placement of the ball by Ben Hicks. And I'd say the quarterback, he loves it as he daps up Mike Woods in the end zone. I mean, partner, this was a 14-3 football game. Nick Starkel throws a bad interception, and all of a sudden it feels like everything's going A&M's way. And then a couple mistakes, and all of a sudden, Arkansas trying to take a lead going into the half. We said it on the onset. These games, they've been crazy here in this stadium. 3 of the last 5 of these matchups have gone into overtime. 6 of the last 7 have been decided by 7 or less. 1st and 10 for Texas A&M from their own 25-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half tonight. We'll have number 5 Ohio State. Nebraska from Lincoln with the College Game Day crew will be as well. Buckeyes have won the last 4 against the Huskers, outscoring them 217 to 86. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ABC. Who do you like in that game tonight? Is it too obvious? I mean, I like Ohio State to win the game.
Taylor Martinez.
I'd love to see Scott Frost, Nebraska, put up a good fight. Such a great, passionate fan base. Ohio State, man, they are so tough. Justin Fields off to a great start, and that defense is legit.
Putting up numbers. Let's see what Kellen Mond does here, how he responds. Throws a completion. Boy, that was a dangerous pass. Complete to Courtney Davis. As Brooks had a beat on that. A pickup of 11 instead for Mond. Texas A&M with its full complement of timeouts remaining. They've got 3. Receiver formation. Bond going to take off. And makes it out to the 41-yard line, leaving him about 5 yards short of the first down. Cameron Curl made the tackle on the play. 1:35 to go in the first half.
Nice pressure coming off the edge. The true freshman Soley coming off of one edge. They brought a blitz off the other side. Well done by Kellen Mond to escape it and get what he can get.
Mond thought about taking off and wisely throws it over the head of the closest receiver, Capote. And it'll be 3rd down.
There is no foul for grounding. The quarterback was outside the tackle box and grounded the ball beyond the line of scrimmage.
Good coverage down the field. Nowhere for Kellen Mond to go with the football. The defensive line kept him corralled.
Well, the momentum definitely on Chad Morris's side right now. Osborne on security blanket in motion. And he looks his way, fires complete to Osborne to the 48 of Arkansas. Working against Miles Mason.
4th first down reception for Jamon Osborne so far today. You mentioned it. When they need to get a play, when they need a reception, look for number 2. Great chemistry between him and his quarterback.
10 pounds lighter than he was a season ago when he played in this game. Wide open out of the backfield, complete. Capote with a little bit of room, pushed out of bounds about a yard shy of the first down with 49 seconds to go. Trying to get in field goal range for Seth Small, whose longest this year is 33 yards.
A&M sitting on 3 timeouts as well, so plenty of time. But a nice job taking the football down the field, themselves in position.
Blitz coming on Mond, got rid of it in time. Over the head of his intended target, Courtney Davis. 3rd down and 1. So they got to move the chains on this one and work towards that field goal or more.
John Chavis dialing up pressure, brought 27. Hayden Henry came clean and got a shot on Kellen Mond, forcing him to throw the football. I think you just got to work to get the first down here, and you can utilize your timeout afterward.
Third and short. Mond keeps it and picks up the first down at the 35-yard line with 38 seconds to go. He gained 4. They're in hurry-up mode here. Still with 3 timeouts to go.
I don't know why you don't just take the timeout.
Yeah, and they do. They burned their first of 3.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
One of the prevailing stories of the first half,
timeout.
miscues have been significant.
Opening drive, missed field goal for Arkansas. How about this one? Tries to throw it where it shouldn't go, under pressure, and then even more costly as he tries to make the tackle and he's taken out of the game. But then the next ensuing play, they can't get the quarterback running back exchange. It's on the ground. Arkansas is in the end zone, and then a crucial 15-yard roughing the passer penalty put Arkansas in position to get a go-ahead score.
That's how we arrived at this point. 38 seconds to go. Arkansas came into this ball game prohibitive underdogs. Texas A&M's only 2 losses this year were to number 1 Clemson and to number 8 Auburn last week. Chad Morris's team looking for their first SEC win. Well, this season Taco Bell is celebrating student sections and passionate fans like these by awarding the Live Moss Student Section of the Year. The Texas A&M Aggies student section already on the national watch list. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete
Texas A&M.
or get the committee's attention by using hashtag #LiftMoss Student Section Contest. And we got another timeout called. Jimbo Burns back-to-back timeouts. Dusty, explain that to me a little bit. I'm missing this one.
Well, there's a problem. I mean, something didn't go right. I mean, clearly the communication was faulty over on the sidelines. I don't know how you come out of a timeout and have to burn another timeout.
Yeah.
That could be a costly mistake by Jimbo Fisher and his football team. That makes no sense.
Yeah, he's giving them some heat on the sidelines, and opposite of the sentiment that Aaron Snyder, our associate producer, with pending nuptials.
That's right.
Our ISO producer, yeah. Pending nuptials. Congratulations to Aaron. Part of our college football family. Bringing you the games every Saturday. Bond under a little bit of heat. Incomplete, stops the clock with 34 seconds to go. Looking once again for Osmond. Looking for that magical and lasting engagement. and connection on the sidelines there and on the field. Texas A&M. Second down and 10. Buckley in motion. Boy, Mond got rid of it quickly to his man down to the 21-yard line. Osmond with another reception, working against McClellan. 13-yard gain. They got to go quickly. 29 seconds to go. One timeout. Well within field goal range for Seth Small. Mond down to the 2. Did he catch it? Yes, at the 2-yard line. Buckley got those hands underneath the football for the great grab. 16 seconds to go. 20-yard gain. They got one timeout remaining. And they're going to take another look.
I was just about to say, did he get his hands fully underneath that football?
Really on the field is a completed pass. The previous play is under further review.
If he's able to do this, back-to-back excellent catches by A&M wide receivers. Hands under. No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
coming
I
back.
think that's coming back. Good attempt. But as the ball comes back, it hits the ground, uses the ground to control the football.
Hey, you know what? We have Matt Austin, our rules analyst, standing by in Charlotte. Matt, what do you make of what you just saw a moment ago? Matt, what do you make of what you just saw a second ago? Catch? No catch?
Yeah, Dusty, I agree with you. I think he used the ground to control that ball. He had it for a second. It bounced up. As he went to the ground, looked like he rolled over the top of the ball with his hands moving a little bit. I would think they would call this an incomplete pass.
I like that, Matt Austin. I like it when you agree with me.
There's one more look at it. We're looking at it here, Matt, and yeah, Buckley right there.
Yeah, the ground is what helps him secure the football, and then he even brings the other hand as he rolls back over the top. I think clearly this is going to be overturned.
Yeah, I agree.
So now it becomes a matter of, thanks a lot, Matt, what they do with the clock. And do they put time back on the clock? That, well, actually it stopped on the completion.
So last year before the football season, I went to Chicago for a replay review seminar.
Okay.
And they took us through what it's like to go through this whole process. And
here's the call.
After further review, the pass is incomplete. The ball will be returned to the 22-yard line. It will be second down.
They put us through different scenarios. We had to take tests. They put us through scenarios and put us as if we're in what they call the hot box. The guy sitting in there with all the different things you have to review. And the clock, spot of the football are things that you don't even think about.
Wow.
That become very tough and complex. So a lot of times when they're under the hood and it's taking longer than people wanted to, that's what they're checking, exactly where the spot should be, what the time of the clock should be. It was very educational and a thing that I'm glad I don't have to do what those guys do. That's a tough position to be in.
You sound pretty sympathetic. 16 seconds to go in the first half. Ball back at the 22. Completes it though down to the 10. Davis on the move. Davis, touchdown! Courtney Davis made the catch, and then the turbo kicked in. I mean, they saw nothing but his shoe bottoms on the way to the end zone.
Well, Courtney Davis, the most dynamic player on this offense. Let's watch him work right here. And this is all him and want to. Backer's going to drop out. Just a quick undercutting route. 27, Hayden Henry misses a tackle, puts him in the spin cycle, and it's speed to open grass as he hits the corner of the end zone, and a huge Aggie touchdown before the break. Poor tackling by Henry, and then nobody's going to catch this man. Speed, it's a foot race to the corner of the end zone, and Courtney Davis is going to win that one all day long. That is a huge drive, partner, before half. Talk about changing momentum. It was all Arkansas as they were going in with 14 unanswered points. Kellen Mond connects with his wide receivers, puts together a perfect drive to give the Aggies what looks like a lead heading into halftime.
I'll tell you what, Uncle Mo hasn't had much loyalty or allegiance here in the first half. It's, especially in the second quarter, swung back and forth. And Arkansas will have the football with 8 seconds to go. Ben Hicks is their new quarterback, taking over from Nick Starkel, who was injured after throwing an interception in the second quarter. Olivia reporting that he went into the locker room to get some x-rays done on that arm. And still no update from Arkansas. We've had 31 points scored here in the second quarter alone. And this one's shaping up to be perhaps another classic. Remember, 6 of the last 7 have been decided by 7 or less. 3 of the last 5 have gone to overtime. Get comfortable. We're in the Taj Mahal of football stadiums. 21-17 at the break. Let's go back to Matt in the studio. Essentials of a rivalry. Texas A&M and Arkansas. Competition. 3 of the last 5 games have gone to overtime. Doing it big in Texas. The Southwest Classic. This is college football on ESPN, folks. Presented by Xfinity. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. And what a great game we have here at the break at halftime. Texas A&M rallying with a late touchdown in the second quarter to go up by 4. But this Arkansas team, which hasn't won a conference game during Chad Morris's reign into year 2, looking good here. And so many stories to talk about moving forward here in the third quarter. Texas A&M will have the football. This is Smith. Still on his feet. And Smith is going to give them good field position at about the 32-yard line. First down and 10 from there. Dusty, when you talk about the first half, miscues were one of the prevailing themes. We saw an interception, a costly one in many ways for Arkansas, and then a fumble, scoop, and score.
Yeah, the miscues got Arkansas back into the football game, but I like the way Kellen Mond rebounded and was able to give them a lead before the half. Missed field goal to start the game off for Arkansas after a quality drive. Ill-advised interception. Nick Starkel takes a shot, try to make the tackle. And that was the next play. Scoop and score touchdown, put Arkansas back in business. And here we are, coming out of halftime with another close game between these two teams.
Mond was impressive at the end of the second quarter there. Completes that one to Buckley. Let's go down to Olivia for more on the situation.
Yep, I talked to Jimbo Fisher with Texas A&M. He said defensively, they got to be better against the run. They got to be gap sound. Kind of same complaint on offense. He said we've got to run better. There was a couple of missed pass protections that he's upset with. But hey, over on the Arkansas side, seeing quarterback Nick Starkel run back out here. Chad Morris told me he is not going to play in the foreseeable future because he can't get strength back in his arm.
Wow, you see that big brace. Great job, Olivia, that he's wearing on his his left elbow. He didn't start the game with that. Mond sacked back at the 33-yard line by Gabe Richardson, coming off the edge with some pretty good pressure.
Gabe Richardson, senior defensive end. Quality job with the pressure, gets to the level, the quarterback shuts it down and makes a nice sack. Watch it come, and he's going to shut it down when he gets to the level, come inside and get the sack of Kellen Mond. Nice play by the senior defensive end, Gabe Richardson.
3rd and long for Texas A&M here on their first drive of the second half. Little trips left formation for Mond. He gets time to throw, and it's incomplete at the 47-yard line. Intended for Osborne, broken up by McClellan. And it's 3 and out. They'll have to punt.
Well, Jarquez McClellan, he knew it was probably coming his way. Osborne, 5 catches, all for first downs in the first half. That's the 3rd down safety net. Excellent job getting inside position. Gets that arm in front to get the pass deflection. Big time stop on 3rd down to start the second half for the Arkansas defense.
All-American Braden Mann right there on your screen, number 34, punting for Texas A&M. They came after him a little bit, but he got off a huge boot all the way back to the 11-yard line. This is Burks, and hauled down at the 16-yard line. A 5-yard return on a 50-yard punt. Harper making the stop on the play for the Aggies. Here's a look at some of the prevailing storylines emerging from the first half. Osmond with those 5 catches, all for first downs. Arkansas, Nick Starkel left the game, told by Olivia Decker a moment ago that he will not play in the foreseeable near future. That means that Ben Hicks will be the guy the rest of the way. Now keep in mind that Hicks, coming into his career at Arkansas, had thrown for 71 touchdowns previously at SMU.
Looked good on the 2 passes he threw earlier, and the big thing for me, give Rakeem Boyd the football. He was very productive in the first half.
The play fake, Hicks fires a dart complete to Jackson, and Jackson picks up a first down for the Razorbacks.
How about the boot action, squares his shoulders and fires a strike to Quillen Jackson. Not an easy throw. Love the way he squares his shoulders up. Ooh, perfect pass on the far sidelines for a nice rhythm throw to start the second half.
Hands it off this time to Rakeem Boyd. Boyd told his story in the first half, a transfer from Texas A&M, played his freshman year there, then transferred to Independence Community College in Kansas. Leading rusher for Arkansas coming into the ball game here.
What a nice luxury for Arkansas to have not 1 but 2 quarterbacks with starting experience on their roster.
Boyd, meanwhile, 12 rushes, 72 yards so far. Backside heat. Hicks got rid of it to the right guy. O'Grady down to the 41 for the first down.
There's that man again. Cheyenne O'Grady once again. As soon as he clears the linebackers, a strike fired by Ben Hicks. Excellent throw to the big-time tight end.
Miles Jones made the tackle. Hicks with a little bit of time, wide open to Woods. And Woods put his hat down and looked to run over the defender, Renfro. And they move the chains again. Chad Morris has to feel good about this sequence of events so far.
It's the best he's looked all year.
Yeah.
Went back and watched him against Portland State, the first half against Ole Miss. Maybe sometimes when you sit back and watch from the sidelines, it gives you a better perspective.
He's 5 for 5 throwing the football. Little option into the boundary. Boy, Boyd tried to go airborne and ends up gaining a yard on the play. That hurdle move is kind of in vogue still.
Got them hops, Jonesy. Whoop.
Yeah, you could turn into a helicopter, though, if you're not careful.
Be careful. Better make sure you can get up over the top of them, too. It could be a rough Saturday.
Boyd said that he wanted to touch the ball about 30 times in this game. Hicks has time. Incomplete. Threw behind his receiver, Traylon Burks. And it sets up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 7 to go. Interesting story about Burks. Real low-key type of guy. There he is, number 16. Looks great in his uniform. 6'3", tall, rangy receiver. All he wants to do is fish. On the home visit, went out to the lake, fished with his coaches, and told them, hey, I want to come to Arkansas and be a factor. Talented true freshman. Trying to hook a big one here. Hicks makes the catch at the 11-yard line. And Burks hooked the defender on that pattern. Picked up 13.
Throw slightly behind Burks. Great concentration as he goes behind his body. It's a big-time 3rd down catch. He took the bait, Jonesy.
He sure did. Hand off this time. Whaley, touchdown, Hogs! Strike oppose.
This rushing attack has been potent for Arkansas. First half, and then a big quality run here by Devwall Whaley. It's a great cutback, and the vision to see it was fantastic by Devwall Whaley.
That's a guy they wanted to become more of the offense. Get him more involved. And it worked on that play. Arkansas leading by 3. They are revitalized, Bartlett.
Well, Arkansas needed a play to come out in the second half. Great drive. Watch everything down the zone. See the vision, the cutback, and Devwall Whaley finds the end zone. I'm going to show you a look at my vantage when you get back.
See what Mon does here to counter. Backside pressure, and he's dragged down by his shoestrings from behind. Bumper pool.
Look, the inability of Texas A&M to run the football is hurting them. We're going to get some pressure coming here, and watch 86 keep contained outside as Kellen Mond flushes. The blitz comes off the edge, forces Kellen Mond to roll outside, evades it. It's an outstanding job by 86, Jamario Bell, to keep contained and get Kellen Mond on the ground for a second time in this half.
2nd and 14. They set up the screen, got a couple blockers out in front of Spiller, still on his feet. And a spirited run by Spiller. Makes it about a 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Really well done by Spiller over on the sidelines. Looked like Bumper Pool was in excellent position to play the screen, and Isaiah Spiller makes a miss. It's a quality pickup. Mond looks a little bit shaken up.
He's limping.
Tough kid.
I tell you what, Bumper's been everywhere. That's right, number 10, Bumper Pool for Arkansas. Getting a lot of plays this afternoon. Mond incomplete. Boy, they sat on that route. McClellan was waiting on that. Osmond the intended target. 4th down coming up.
That's excellent defense once again by John Chavis's Arkansas Razorback secondary. Pressure on the quarterback. How about back-to-back possessions? Jarquez McClellan. It's almost like the exact same play we saw in the first possession.
Yeah.
Try to get Osmond on a slant. McClellan gets inside position, gets his arm in front, and yet another pass breakup. Excellent job by the 6-foot sophomore corner.
2nd consecutive 3 and out to start the second half for the Aggies offense. Braden Mann, the All-American, averaging over 48 yards per punt. And that's why he's All-American, folks, inside the 10-yard line. That one was in the air so long, Dusty. Should have had a movie on it. Back after this. Great movie here, 24-21 in Arlington.
Have dessert with that lunch.
Watch it down with a little bit of dairy. Forget about those carbs today. You need a lot of carbs, so use energy on the field today. And boy, this Arkansas Razorback team playing with a lot of energy. Boyd on the run. This is a different Hog team that lost last week against Coach Brennan's San Jose State Spartans.
You know, the rushing yards, there's a huge disparity. And especially as we started the second half, I pointed out 2 possessions for A&M. They've yet to even try to run the football. It's almost as if they've completely abandoned the run game. So that's an area that I would have given a huge advantage to A&M before the game started, but it's been all Arkansas at the line of scrimmage. Ben Hicks, by the way, the backup, has been fantastic since he's come in for Nick Starkel.
He's looking at 3rd and 7. Got rid of it quick, incomplete at the 12-yard line. Burks was in the same vicinity as Coylin Jackson, and the 2 of them appeared to be mixed up in perhaps their route. So regardless, A&M gets a 3 and out here.
Poor spacing there. Big hit delivered by 3rd down specialist Aaron Hansford, linebacker that comes in. They use him in blitz packages. He's got great speed, good cover man. Nice hit to force the punt.
Only held the ball for 42 seconds. A high spiral by Sam Loy, and a fair catch at the 44-yard line for Texas A&M. 45-yard punt, nothing on the return. 1st and 10 from there for the Aggies.
All right, Mark Jones,
Talk
you
to
know I
me.
like to play games with you.
Talk to me.
What is a person from Arkansas called? He'll probably know, but I'll tell you what, I'll tell you on the other side.
Okay, I'll think about that. Think about it. Well, the Arkansan defense is on the field right now. Mond keeps it on a predetermined quarterback run, and a nice gain, Dusty, of 9 yards. We've seen him keep it in the run game by design here this afternoon, a little bit more than previously, right?
Well, I would utilize it, especially they're not generating any rushing yards with their running backs. Whatever you can do to get the ground game going, like a little speed option into the boundary. Good choice by Kellen Mond to tuck it up and get a quality pickup.
2nd down and 3. They marked it back at the 48-yard line. Mond hands it off, and a 1st down run by Jacob Caboti. Caboti averaging about 4 yards per carry on the season. He actually started against Auburn last week. Also started against Lamar, ran for 45 yards in that game.
Two tight ends in the game now, going a little bit bigger personnel. Again, maybe more of an emphasis on trying to run the football here. Tight ends.
Mond hands it off. Caboti again. Made a couple of people miss and ended up picking up about 7 yards. So they go to the ground game here. And producing too.
Staple play of what they like to do. Going to be a little counter action. Get those guys out in front. Pull the center. Backside tight end. Nice job by Colton Prater, the center, getting out in front. A couple of bigger runs we've seen all day here on this drive early on for Texas A&M. Much needed ground attack starting to appear.
2nd and 3. They're going to run it again and pick up another 1st down. Caboti, the workhorse, as we go back to Matt in the studio.
All right, Jones, you have a look at this. Northwestern had scored a touchdown, but it was called back because of a penalty. In the very next play, Hunter Johnson sacked. Matt Henningsen scoop and score for the Badgers right now, 14-3 in the 3rd over on ABC.
I'll tell you what, I'm throwing a flag on those Wisconsin uniforms today.
You don't like throwbacks?
Oh, they need to be throwaways.
I think you're being a little harsh there, Jones. Jeez.
1st down and 10. The 32 Mond in the pocket, now going to take off. Kellen Mond making lemonade right there on the run, using his feet. And Harris finally making the tackle, but a 1st down by the quarterback, Kellen Mond.
Nothing down the field. Got to make a play with those legs. Surveys the field. Nothing's there. They lose contain. 11 solely gets up the field. 3-by-1 action on the defensive line. There was a crease, and Kellen Mond took advantage. Another solid gain on the ground.
Jimbo Fisher calls him a quarterback who runs. Great versatility in his game. 1st down and 10. The bubble screen complete to Davis. Made a move on the edge and ends up picking up 7 yards. Asked Mond on our conference call earlier this week about his relationship with Jimbo Fisher, and he said, Coach always wants me to be perfect, and so do I. I want to be perfect too. That makes us a perfect match. A long way to go here in this season.
Talked to him about Jimbo Fisher, intense coaching style. Yeah. Gets up in his face, and Kellen Mond told us he likes it. Yeah. He likes him to push him to make him better.
Jimbo has put a lot of quarterbacks in the league. 1st and 10. Mond hoping to be next. That pass complete to Davis. Short gain down to the 14-yard line. Folks, our Week 4 Monday Night Football matchup, AFC North battle between the Bengals, Steelers, Heinz Field. 100th meeting between the two, and Pittsburgh has won the last 8 against Cincinnati. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the app. Coverage begins. Monday Night Countdown at 6. Well, Mon from a military family means that he's used to discipline and being coached hard. Mon out of the shotgun. Surveys. Picked off in the end zone by Brown. And Brown kills the A&M drive. Another costly miscue and turnover by the Aggies. A fumble in the second quarter, an interception here. Arkansas with a 3-point lead when we return to Arlington.
Favorite target and roommate, Jamon Osborne. I want you to take a look at Kellen Mond's eyes. Never takes his eyes off of his target. It's great coverage down the field by Monteric Brown. He's going to get pressure, step up. He was going there the whole way. He was locked in on his guy, regardless of the coverage. Outstanding interception and position on the football by Monteric Brown. Kellen Mond has got to see the coverage and go to a second target.
It's going to be a run by Rakeem Boyd. Pushed out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage. 3-point lead for Arkansas. Arkansas has lost 7 consecutive games as we look at an injured Rakeem Boyd for Arkansas, their starting tailback. This is the 75th meeting between these two schools. They've played here in Arlington 10 times. But the prevailing storyline has been Starkel being injured, Hicks coming in. And we have another former Razorback star on the sidelines right now with Olivia. Olivia?
Okay, Darren McFadden, 2 times SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Arkansas, great. 3 1,000-yard seasons. The list goes on and on. You watch your Razorback team do this well in a big environment. What are you thinking?
You know, it's always great to just come out here and see my Razorbacks play, man. And, you know, I always love to see them have success. And, you know, they've been playing a heck of a game so far. A5.
He's checking on Boyd right now. Darren, you also know this place very well. Played 3 seasons with the Cowboys. What does this game mean playing here?
You know, being able to come out and play in an environment like this, man, it's one of the best stadiums in the world, AT&T Stadium. It's one of the best in the world. And so just to be able to come out here and have an opportunity to be able to play out here, and it means a whole lot. And to be able to come out here and get a victory, that'll be great.
Arkansas got a lot of momentum in the first half and now gained it back in the second half. Are you surprised at all?
I'm not surprised at all. You know, I've watched these guys play, and you know, I know they're a scrappy team, and you know, it's just a matter of putting it all together at one time. And I feel like that's something they've been trying to do today, and I just hope they continue to do that the rest of the game.
Thank you, Darren. Back to you, Mark.
I'll tell you what, Olivia, Dusty, I used to love watching McFadden do his thing when he was at Arkansas. Did a couple of games when he was in school down there in Fayetteville, and
Stud. Ooh, it's him and Felix Jones.
Yeah, what a combo.
Unbelievable backfield. Both first-round picks.
Used to ride around campus in that box Chevy.
I want to say McFadden was top 3 or 4 in the Heisman.
Yeah. With some great numbers. And under heat, Hicks sacked. It's not going to be a safety. It's right at about the 1-yard line. Buddy Johnson was the first of several to arrive. And now the Hogs will have to punt it in the shadows of their own goalposts.
Well, that's what Mike Elko was wanting from his defense. Respond after the turnover with a huge stop. We'll see Buddy Johnson come on the blitz. Set it up with Matabuki.
Boy, that was close.
I think he is able to keep it outside of the end zone.
7th sack of the season for the Aggies. Sam Lloyd gets rid of it quickly. Fumbled and caught, recovered by Smith. Boy, what a juggling act. Wow. Now, I'm not going to say he did that by design, but he had people holding their collective breaths, and now a little
got some
jaw-jacking on the sidelines. Let's take a breath and give you our Aflac trivia question. And after the call here.
Okay. After the play, personal foul, receiving team number 5. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that's going to go against Texas A&M. And here's our Aflac trivia question for the day.
Aflac.
How many FBS head coaches did not play college football on the collegiate level? That's an interesting question.
Says, how about who are the 4? Tells us how many.
Yeah.
You got to name them.
Oh.
Can you do it?
Oh, no. Well, I know.
I got one in the game today.
Yeah. I got 2 then. I got 2. I got 2 for you.
Viewers at home are racking their brain as we speak.
Yeah, I got 2.
How does Kellen Mond bounce back after the turnover? And I'm going to say this, go back to the ground game if you're Jimbo Fisher. That last drive, 5 carries for 33 yards. Had 17 yards rushing the entire game prior to last drive.
Well, the true freshman Spiller and Capote have been doing a nice job. This is Capote. And he picks about 4 on the play. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Arkansas leading by a field goal. Keep in mind this Arkansas team went 2-10 a season ago. Most losses ever for a Razorback team. Did not win an SEC game. But all week, Chad Morris has been preaching the power of one. One game, one player, one play, one moment is all it takes to turn a season around. Looking for that here this afternoon. Mond has a different script right now, and he runs it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Boucher makes the tackle, but a first down for the Aggies.
This is really quality blocking on the right side. Watched him get hooked all the way around. The running back's going to lead out. Just going to be a quarterback sweep to the right. 54, Carson Green seals the edge, and Kellen Mond with another quality pickup as a runner.
45 seconds to go at the 34-yard line. Bond hands it off to Capote. Broke a couple of tackles for the first down. Down to the 20-yard line. Tonight we'll have number 5 Ohio State, Nebraska from Lincoln, where College Game Day is. Buckeyes have won 4 straight, dominating that series, but we heard Gabrielle Union say something different in terms of her prediction.
Go ahead and take the Huskers then. I know you want to.
I love Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, but I don't know if I can go with them in terms of taking Nebraska.
No, you can't. Maybe they can keep it close and make it interesting. I don't know if they can win the game.
She went to school at Nebraska. Back to our Aflac trivia question. The 4 coaches that did not play football at the collegiate level. By name. You had these guys, right?
Of course. Chad Morris, Mike Leach, Sonny Dykes, David Cutcliffe. The old Pirate on the list. We got a wild fourth quarter in store. Come on back.
SEC on ESPN. From Arlington, Texas, the final 15 minutes of play and a view from our beautiful hotel across the way at AT&T Stadium. A great walk from our hotel through the parking lot. Spent a little bit of time with the tailgaters prior to the Southwest Classic here today. Flag down to the play. Mond hands it off. They keep it on the ground to Spiller. Spiller is averaging almost 8 yards per carry coming into the game this afternoon. And this penalty is going to go against Texas A&M.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Turnovers have been a problem for Kellen Mond, because last week against Auburn was the first time he hadn't turned the ball over all season. Had that fumble and threw an interception in the third quarter.
Ball security will be a premium here in the fourth quarter. Got to cut the miscues out. Play solid football.
There's a look at his numbers on the afternoon. Quarterback option. Mond got collared. Took a shot to the neck. And a nice hit by Grant Morgan. There's a look at one of the beautiful views here at Jerry's World That huge scoreboard that runs from one 20-yard line to the other 20-yard line. Tough to keep your eyes off of it. Pretty riveting stuff.
It's amazing. This stadium encompasses 73 acres. Taj Mahal, as you call it. Beautiful place. Great crowd here today, too.
Long is trying to pass. Complete underneath to the true freshman Smith, who's made some real pivotal and timely catches here today. McClellan making the tackle on the 11-yard pickup. So
Good
3rd and 5 coming up.
Good patience in the pocket by Kellen Mond. Took a while for Smith to come open with the underneath coverage from Jarquez McClellan. Pressure was coming, the pocket was being condensed, and Kellen Mond stood strong and found his target for a nice pickup.
Now, this is where Mond likes to lock on Osborne. Osborne goes in motion to the top of your screen. Goes right to him the entire time. Touch! No, he stepped out of bounds at the 3. They're going to mark it at the 3. He locked in on him again, but it paid off this time, partner.
Well, they used motion this time to get the exact matchup that they want, and Arkansas defensively loses him in the motion. Let's see if he gets in. I think he's going to be out to 4.
Yeah, great call by the official.
Take that back.
That's a 3.
Right there.
Yep. 4-yard line.
It depends on where the football is, though. That's where his foot is. Where's the ball?
They go double tight ends. Beal and Weidemeyer on 1st and goal. They're going to throw it. Touchdown, Davis. Off the great ball fake.
Well, that's what running the football does. Play action pass, gets the linebackers up. Nice route run by Courtney Davis. Easy pitch and catch to the back of the end zone by Kellen Mond. That's how you respond after an interception.
Yeah, great point, Dusty. And for Davis, that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the 4th lead change of the afternoon here. Jimbo Fisher wasn't buying all the hype about his team being huge, almost 4 touchdown favorites. He respected the talent on the other side of the field, and they're in a battle here today. We'll be right back. Delaware up 14-10. Do you know what the nickname of Delaware is? Team nickname? The Blue Hens.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There you go. Caught and a run. Burks. Flag down on the play. Burks finally pushed out of bounds. There's a flag way back at the 24 after that Hicks completion. And you can tell by the expression on his face, he's not going to like the call. $50-yard play, but will it stand?
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 16 on the offense. He was covered. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, 1st down.
Well, that one stings.
Chad Morris not going to be happy about that. Oh, man. Okay, so we got him working right here. He's got to be off the football. Covered up. He's got to back off the football. He's up at the line of scrimmage. Unfortunate. Freshman mistake. He knew it, too.
Makes it 1st and 15. Crowd here alive. Hicks. That one batted down to the line of scrimmage by Tyree Johnson, number 3. 2nd and 15 coming up.
That's smart football. They ran that exact same play in the first quarter in the first 2 possessions. They faked a swing to each side, come back with the tight end screen in the middle. And the veteran, Tyree Johnson, defensive end, he saw it, read it, and was there to make a play. Smart football by Mike Elko's defense.
Look at Elko up top. The defensive coordinator, 2nd and 15. Hicks got rid of it and caught. Redemption for Burks, who is the perpetrator on that last penalty. Makes a great catch against Charles Oliver to pick up 31 yards.
The body control in the air by Traylon Burks was outstanding. Ben Hicks was getting pressured. He stood in there. He went to his true freshman, and a big-time catch for a first down.
Hicks with time, and for the 2nd time, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Ben Hicks at 6'1". Height shouldn't, you would think, be an issue, but this one batted down.
Huge 3rd down, pressure in his face. Look at comes back. Wow. That ball's underthrown. Body control while he's in the air to come back, make the adjustment. And making amends for the mistake he made on first down. Big time play.
Number 49, 2nd and 10. Quick slant complete to the tight end O'Grady. Fights for some extra yards, and at the spot they're going to give him a first down.
That big tight end's tough to tackle. Man, yards after the catch, a little spin, lower the shoulder, and move the sticks.
Got the whole package. Cheyenne O'Grady out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. First and 10 and start.
False start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Let's take a look at today's hardest working player, brought to you by Duluth Trading Company. And no doubt, we go back to O'Grady. This was on September the 14th against Colorado State.
I mean, that's a great effort, but come on, you got to tackle. But he's making it look tough here, lowering the shoulder, loves that spin move. Gonna burl over a safety. Been a big day. 6 catches, 84 yards for Cheyenne O'Grady, tight end at Arkansas.
First and 15. They run it between the tackles. And that hole closed up quickly. Rakeem Boyd. Boyd had 91 yards rushing last week against San Jose State. And trying to get him the ball on the perimeter a little bit more. That's what Chad Morris told us when we met with him. But a nice day working here with 80 yards. 2nd and 12. Hicks. Incomplete down the sideline, intended for Woods. It looked like they weren't on the same frequency, and it sets up a 3rd and long.
Over 2, trying to fit it just over the corner and in front of the safety. Ben Hicks overshot his target. Mike Woods on the sidelines. Remember, Nick Starkel went out the end of the first half, making a tackle on an interception. Ben Hicks has played well to this point. See if he can get another first down.
Hicks took several visits when he decided to transfer, one of them to Louisville. And Coach Satterfield, but ultimately deciding on the Razorbacks. Hicks delivers, strike at the 25-yard line, and a first down to Morris. 16 yards on the pickup.
Tyson Morris up top. We haven't called his name many times today. Gonna find him on the post. Yet Cheyenne O'Grady, Traylon Burks underneath. He goes up top, and a strike on a huge 3rd down conversion.
From the 25. Hicks has time, one-on-one, and incomplete. Batted down by Charles Oliver, well defended. It was intended for Traylon Burks. And you know what? It's interesting. We talked about it. Burks is 6'3", Oliver's 6'2". You got to have big DBs these days against these big receivers.
You do. This is good position by Charles Oliver. They're jockeying for position. Ball's underthrown. Oliver in perfect position. And it kind of looked like Burks played defense there at the end. So it was an interception. Heads-up play by Traylon Burks going from the offensive receiver to the D-back.
Second and 10. Batted at the line of scrimmage again. That's the third time that Hicks has had a pass batted at the line of scrimmage or deflected on this drive. Remember, this is why Hicks is in the ball game. Nick Starkel threw an interception, and on the return, trying to make a tackle, injured his left arm.
And as you referenced, Ben Hicks smaller. He's listed at 6'1", probably closer to 6 foot. And that was a screen pass, well diagnosed by Texas A&M. They were ready for it. And then big old Bobby Brown gets his bear paw up and gets another pass deflection. Once again, big third down for Ben Hicks.
They got to get down to the 15. Has plenty of time. But good coverage at the 23-yard line. Catch was made by Rakeem Board. And it brings up a 4th down. Hansford making the stop on the play. And on comes the field goal unit, led by Connor Limpert.
He wanted to go to Traylon Burks. Double coverage. Safety was working over the top. Really nice job by the A&M secondary. And Ben Hicks bought himself some time. Boyd broke out of the backfield just to get a little bit, but drive effective as he set up for a field goal.
Made one from 46, missed from 51. This one from 40. And he makes it a 1-point game. With 8:46 to go, the Arkansas Razorbacks, who didn't win a conference game last year under Chad Morris, looking to catch and hook a big one today in Arlington. Scoring drive in the 4th quarter. They defeat Nebraska 10-7 at the end of it. And it'll be a touchback, 1st down and 10. Let's check in with the studio.
All right, guys, Aiden Smith in at quarterback for Northwestern for an injured Hunter Johnson, and he drops back and gets picked by Noah Burks. And watch what Burks does with it. Takes it 68 yards for the touchdown. Wisconsin has 1 offensive score today, 2 defensive touchdowns. First time they've done that since 2005. However, Northwestern just scored to make it 24-9 of the 4th.
Oh, wow, Northwestern with a quick response. Meanwhile, Jerry Jones was a member of that national championship team that we saw those highlights of a moment ago. And right now, his Razorbacks trailing by a single point. They celebrate 150 years of college football. Capote stomped up by Harris. And there's what it looked like. Jerry Jones, Ken Hatfield, former Arkansas coach.
That's cool.
Johnny Majors, Jimmy Johnson. In 150 years of college football, you've got a memorable game, a moment that comes to mind?
Oh, man, I've got a lot of memorable games, a lot of memorable moments. Goodness gracious.
Give it to me after this play.
Okay.
Let you think about it for a play. 2nd and 9. We continue to celebrate this great sport that we get a chance to cover. Mond incomplete at the 39, intended for Osmond. Give it to me.
Well, I tell you, I'll go back to when I was being a recruit, and it was actually against the Texas A&M Aggies.
Whoa.
Oklahoma, I was a recruit for A&M the year Oklahoma won the national championship, and it was a crazy game. Jamar Toombs was in it, and it came down to a Torrance Marshall interception. Oklahoma wins the game, and they go on to win the national championship. And I just remember being in that stadium in College Station for the first time. Was one of the coolest atmospheres I'd ever been in, and what an unbelievable game. And I already loved college football before that, but from that moment, I was like, man, I got to get some of this.
Did that flip you to Oklahoma, that result?
I might have already had the decision before the game.
Come on 3rd and long. Got to make a move, and he does. Oh, he hit him with the 2-piece. Kellen Mond picks up the 1st down. He rocked Harris's world, and Richardson was left gasping for air, too.
Sometimes you just got to make a play. Nothing's open down the field, so Kellen Mond, he's going to utilize his athleticism. And, oh, man, he put that foot in the ground, and Dejon Harris got left in the dust. What a play by the junior quarterback, Kellen Mond.
Big conversion, an 18-yard gain on the play. They run it into the boundary with Capote and nowhere to go.
All right, I gave you yours, you give me mine. What you got?
University of Miami, University of Texas, Cotton Bowl. The brazenness and audacity of Miami meeting Texas at midfield, telling them they were going to whoop up on them, and they did, 49-3.
Ooh, Aggie fans love to hear that story.
So many seminal moments. That just happens to be mine. That, and of course the Sam Cunningham game, USC against Alabama. A historical game. A quick slant complete to Smith, still on his feet. Picked up another first down. 14-yard gain. Olivia, what's your memorable moment?
Oh, mine's easy to remember because it came in this building. First time I saw Jerry World, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was Super Bowl 45. Packers beat the Steelers. I was here with my whole family, tears, hugging. You know, we're huge Packer fans. Aaron Rodgers got MVP, and those are kind of moments you don't forget, especially I was sitting next to the late Packer great Bart Starr, and just watching his face as the Packers won. It was amazing.
Bart Starr, legend. 100 years of pro football and 150 years of college football. And so many more to come. Curl stopped Capote on that run. Approaching 6 minutes to go. Arkansas looking for a much-needed win. They haven't won a conference game in over a year. Dusty, who does this game mean more for right now? Does it mean more, you think, for Arkansas?
I don't know, man. I think it means a lot for both. Arkansas has yet to get an SEC victory since Chad Morris has been the coach. And look, this is a 9-win team last year in Texas A&M, and I thought they'd be better this year. Jimbo Fisher, he's got a plan in the process.
Mond incomplete. That's not what Fisher had in mind, and a flag. Monteric Brown was defending Osborne.
I think he had him hooked.
And he's not protesting too vehemently.
Let's take a look. We've been seeing this matchup quite a bit. Go to Osborne again on the slant. That backhand.
Yeah. Had that left arm wrapped around him.
Wrapped around him. Contact was there prior to the
Holding,
pass.
defense, number 21. It's a 10-yard penalty and will carry an automatic first down.
And now for today's weekend Wendy's watch. With 5:29 to go. Some of the pertinent numbers. Most wins by FBS teams in the history of the sport. Michigan leading the way. Mond incomplete, intended for Davis. And McClellan letting Davis know about it. Get back to that graphic. Part of Wendy's weekend watch. Michigan, Ohio State. They're closing in on Michigan right now.
Nebraska, Ohio State, at it tonight. It's a great venue for college football, man. I had a chance to play in Lincoln, played in College Station, Lincoln, Nebraska, two of the best venues I've ever played in college football. They're incredible.
I like Lincoln in September as opposed to Lincoln in late November, if you're asking.
Both those fan bases, man, just so passionate. But yes, you're right.
5.5 to go. Mond throws a dart complete at the 25-yard line to Brown. Working again against McClellan, Osborne, pardon me, working against Brown. Approaching 5 minutes to go, 7-yard gain.
Big third down. Remember, I would look for Kellen Mond to have a run-pass option here. Second half of this game, he's really made some big plays, utilizing his athleticism on the ground.
If Arkansas can hold them potentially to a field goal here, it would be huge.
And they were definitely working that clock, so a first down is only going to continue to turn that time off.
Aggies 5 of 9 on third downs today. Mond sacked at the 33 by Bell. It keeps them in field goal range, but it's fourth down coming up.
Well, Jamario Bell, this will be his second sack of the half. Power as he presses the edge. Watch him take the offensive tackle right into the quarterback, working on Carson Green. Just a bull rush, long arm, comes off. It was good coverage down the field, and a big-time sack.
And as a result, Seth Small going to attempt this field goal from 50. Right on the mark, enough leg, good. And it's a 4-point lead for the Aggies. With 3:52 to go, and Arkansas with its full complement of timeouts.
To start the fourth quarter, the Aggie war hymn, legendary in College Station. They brought their talents to Arlington today. I mentioned it. Such a passionate fan base.
I get a little motion sick when they start doing that thing.
I just think it's so cool.
It's great.
The passion, the chants, the buy-in from the fan base and the cadets, it's second to none at times.
Amen on that one. Boomer and TJ are back, folks. NFL Primetime every Sunday. 7:30 Eastern only on ESPN+. They'll have all the highlights, breakdowns from the games, updates after the Sunday night and Monday night games. Scott Van Pelt, Joe Tessitore will also be part of the fun. Get ESPN+, download the app, or go to ESPNplus.com.
Boomer and TJ, it doesn't
them.
get any better. Prime time.
The GOATs.
Grew up on that, man.
Yes.
Couldn't wait for Sunday night. How about this finish?
3:52 to go. Hicks hands it off on first down. And a 4-yard gain by Rakeem Boyd. Brought down by Clemens. How important is tempo for Arkansas right now in the game? And pace.
Well, they're still sitting with 3 timeouts, 3:30 left, so I don't think it's, a huge importance. You don't want to go slow, but I don't think you have to go pedal to the metal. I'd be locating that tight end, Cheyenne O'Grady. He'd be my best friend in these kind of spots.
Keep an eye on number 85. Downfield, what a thread, what a pass, complete. Burks with the catch at the other end. Charles Oliver helplessly defending on the play, but the true freshman out of Warren, Arkansas with a clutch catch.
Great catch, but how about the throw? The placement of that football was flawless. Excellent job by Ben Hicks coming off the bench and making some big-time throws.
Hands it off. That's Boyd. Hicks coming off the bench now, 12 for 20. That impressive pass to Burks a moment ago. Jalen Burks, the true freshman out of Warren, Arkansas. I'm told that only 2 things come out of Warren, Arkansas, Dusty. Tomatoes and great football players. Jarris Wright, Chris Childs, a couple to mention.
Starkel out after the interception, tried to make the tackle. I haven't seen him since.
2nd and 5.
Ben Hicks trying to be a hero.
Plenty of time to throw it. Downfield, incomplete. Off of the fingertips of Hammonds, but there's a flag down.
2 guys were in motion at the same time. I think this is going to be a legal motion. At a receiver and a tight end moving at the same time.
Boy, Hicks looks pretty laid back, despite the score and the time remaining. Tapping his chest as if to say, my bad on that one.
Illegal shift on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
.2:13 to go. Still 3 timeouts remaining for the Razorbacks. Hicks came in the ball game in the 2nd quarter after Starkel was hurt and threw a touchdown in his first drive. He's going to get a free one here. Went on a quick count. That's out of bounds, incomplete. Jones defending on the play. Well, we got a flag down.
Definite offsides. Like both defensive ends for A&M jumped early. I was surprised we didn't get a pass interference down the field. Maybe they're saying it was uncatchable.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Smart by Ben Hicks. He knew what he had. Knew he had a free play, take a shot down the field, but I mean,
Morris was working against Jones.
Miles Jones, I mean, he tackled him. The ref standing right there. I don't know how you don't throw that flag. That's clearly pass interference.
Yeah.
What? Wow. A&M got lucky there. That's a blown call. Right in front of the official.
2nd and 5 from the 47. Hicks to the tight end and met immediately 3 yards short. Richardson on the tackle. Let's bring in Matt Austin, our rules analyst. Matt, what'd you make of that last non-call on the interference?
Yeah, Mark and Dusty, I think there was definitely a lot of contact there that certainly would support a flag. So I'm kind of shocked that one didn't come out, actually.
All right, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. Matt Austin, our ESPN rules analyst. One more look on what he was referring to a moment ago. 3rd down and 2 for Arkansas. Hicks is going to throw, and for the 4th time, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Fourth down with 1:25 to go.
Little surprise.
And this is the ball game for Arkansas.
Little surprised we didn't see a potential run there from Rakeem Boyd. He's been going so well in the second half. It's a great job by Jaden Perry. 6'6", 290. He gets the big right arm up. A huge knockdown.
A defining and pivotal point for Chad Morris and Arkansas when we come back. 4th and 2.
More than winning here in Dallas.
Olivia, this is the ball game. Let's see what he calls. They're going to pass on 4th and 2. Hicks complete for the first down. O'Grady, money time, working against Oliver on the corner.
O'Grady making that money today.
You like the call? I would have expected a run.
I thought we would have seen a run on 3rd or 4th down. It's a good call. It worked, and you go to your most reliable player who's had a heck of a day.
Hicks again, and he wisely throws this one away. The closest receiver, Traylon Burks.
O'Grady now 8 catches, 91 yards. Had 10 catches coming in to this football game. He's almost achieved that here this afternoon. I don't think he's finished yet.
A hugely productive day for that guy. Let my partner talk about how the NFL scouts rave about his skills. Hicks, double move, caught at the 24-yard line. Woods. A cool and composed Ben Hicks on the connection for 22 yards to Woods.
Just a strike on the corner route on the far sidelines. Puts it right in stride with his receiver, Mike Woods, where only his receiver can catch it. Man, Ben Hicks dropping dimes out here, Jonesy.
That was impressive. Under a minute to go, 58 seconds.
Look how cool, calm, collected he looks, too. Just chilling.
2 timeouts remaining for Arkansas. Hicks, and he's sacked back at the 33-yard line. They've got a couple of timeouts. Matabike was the first one to get there, and Arkansas is going to burn one of its 2 remaining timeouts with 52 seconds to go. Hicks will get a chance to talk it over as we take a look at this blimp-worthy play brought to you by Goodyear. Whether you watch it from the blimp or from field level or from our camera, a clutch conversion right there by Cheyenne O'Grady. And then this catch by Mike Woods. First down, keeping their hopes alive. As Arkansas looks for their 3rd win of the season, hoping to break a 7-game losing streak against Texas A&M in this rivalry.
Big sack on first down by Matabike. Stud defensive tackle for A&M. Kind of been hit and miss today. Figured we would call his name a little bit more often, but timely. Had a sack back near the end zone earlier in the game, and huge sack right there for the moment, stalling this drive.
Arkansas doing all this today without Trey Knox, their true freshman receiver, their leading receiver coming into the game this afternoon. Blitz. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end O'Grady. No flag on the play. They just overwhelmed that line and came with some heat. Sets up a 3rd and 17.
Tyree Johnson coming off the edge. Really quality edge rusher. Forced Ben Hicks to move off his spot. Good coverage down the field. Nowhere for Hicks to go with the football.
That is so costly, egregious, deleterious, hurtful to their hopes.
Offense,
wow.
number 16, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
How does that happen?
Motion, it's loud, a lot of noise being created by Texas A&M. Probably the biggest moment of Traylon Burks' young career. Last time he made a mistake, he totally redeemed himself. We'll see if he can do it again. And you don't need to get all 20 here. Split it up, 8 to 10 yards, make it 4th and manageable.
Hicks steps up, stays on his feet, miraculously. Hicks with the trick down to the 18, 35 seconds to go. And they're going to use their last timeout after that 18-yard gain. And Jerry Jones is loving it too. Clemens missed a tackle for Texas A&M.
Arkansas, their 3rd and final of the 2nd half. 30-second timeout.
Okay, so he can run too, Dusty.
Is college football any fun? Nice move by Brown. Flushes him up in the pocket. Clemens thinks he has him. He's tackled right. No, Ben Hicks isn't going to give up. He's fighting, he's scratching, he's clawing. Man. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. Like what they're seeing. Wow.
A lot of fight by this Arkansas team. Well, Sports Center from Los Angeles tonight after UCLA, Arizona with Stan and Neal. We'll have Herbie join the biggest takeaways from Week 5, plus a closer look at Ohio State, Nebraska, Virginia, Notre Dame, and the title fight breakdowns from the ring and the Octagon. Sports Center after college football on ESPN and the ESPN app. Dusty, we talked about this rivalry at the top of the show. This is the 75th edition. A&M was huge favorites coming into this. What does it say to see this end the way it's ending right now?
Something about these two teams in this stadium, you know it's going to be a close football game. Throw out the record books, throw out the point spreads. It's a rivalry. They know each other well, and it's coming down the wire yet again. Ben Hicks with a chance to be a hero for this Arkansas football team. How can you not think about the tight end, Cheyenne O'Grady? He's been so good today.
They're out of timeouts. 37 seconds to go. From the 19, Hicks drops way back, got rid of it, almost intercepted. Buddy Johnson had to go right through his hands.
All right, let's take a look at it. It's going to O'Grady the whole time. He's going to try to work his way all the way across the field. Texas A&M was not falling for it. Two different defenders right there, Jeremiah Martin, Buddy Johnson. They were not going to allow Cheyenne O'Grady to come open. I like the play design. They tried to sneak him out the back, go to the far side, but it's well defended by Texas A&M. Wow, what a game, what a finish. Both these teams fighting to the bitter end.
Jimbo Fisher's team will improve to 3-2. And Chad Morris will see his Razorbacks fall to 2-3 and lose for the 8th consecutive time against the Aggies. Hicks almost provided heroics at the end. He was invariable and inexorable right to the end. But they needed one more play. Kellen Mond began this game going up against his former teammate from Texas A&M, Nick Starkel, but it was Hicks that almost had the final say for Arkansas. The Aggies win it 31-27. Olivia's downstairs with Kellen Mond.
Thanks, guys. Kellen, this game is always close in this building. What is it about this series that makes the game so good?
It's almost like a rivalry, and you know, both teams come out and compete, and you know, both a neutral site game, and so both fans come out and play. So I mean, it's always a great game, and it's fun to come up here and play in Dallas.
You guys rebounded from a loss last week. You got a bye next week before Alabama. What did you all learn about yourselves today?
Just to continue to fight, and that's both offense, defense, and special teams. Seth made a big-time field goal for us. Defense came up with a stop, and offense scored when they needed to. So it's a collective unit and great team win for us.
Congratulations, Kellen.
Thank you.
Kellen Mond with the win, 31-27. College football scoreboard next on ESPN to get you ready for Iowa State and Baylor. For Olivia Decker, Dusty Dvorak, and our entire talented crew behind the camera you never get a chance to see, I'm Mark Jones. Right now we send you to the studio for College Football Scoreboard.
Jonesy.